From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Local Point, brought to you by Strata Networks. I'm David Gale, of course, filling in for Chris Piner today. Joining me in the studio, we have Muriel Xochimitl. She's here to tell us about the Highway 40 project that's been going on. Muriel, welcome all the way from Orem. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're from UDOT, the Utah Department of Transportation. Thank you for coming all the way out here.
Thanks for having us.
What's your official title?
I'm the Region 3 Communications Manager for UDOT.
And we are Region 3 out here in the UNT County, I'm assuming.
You're
I
in
guess
our
they would
area.
send Region 4 if it was Region 4. So tell me about the Highway 40 project. For us out here in the UNT Basin, we drive an awful lot from here to Salt Lake and back again. It's just kind of the natural thing. What section are we talking about?
So the section that we redid on the road this past summer on US 40 was between 1500 West here in Vernal all the way up to State Route 45 in Naples.
Okay, yeah, you're talking about everything that happened when we had all the cones out and people were pushed over this way and that way. I think it's the same thing that maybe had happened last summer in the Roosevelt area. We kind of got this summer in our area. Just so the people are aware, what roads does UDOT have dominion over? Because that for us is a real local thoroughfare.
Yeah, so state roads in the area that you might be familiar with. I know the state road designations like SR 88,
Okay.
SR 121, which is I think 500 North and then 500 West here in Vernal.
Okay.
US 40, so Main Street. SR 45 up into Naples.
Okay.
Those are a few.
And anytime we see the SR, that's UDOT's.
That SR means state route.
Okay.
So.
So how did it come to be that this particular stretch of road needed to be worked on? Was it something that was part of a larger project, or was it just need to be done basis type thing?
That's a really great question. So UDOT is very proactive in making sure that we're preserving our infrastructure. And so we have a pavement preservation team that goes out and inspects the roads on a regular basis and takes a look at the quality of the asphalt. And this area was seen as a need to redo. And if we're able to get ahead of it and redo the asphalt now before it gets too bad, then we're actually saving costs in the long run. Because if you don't do the roads on a regular basis, then there's more cost to repair them over time.
So you have somebody who can come out and actually go, okay, it's still good and it might be good for another year or two, but if we take care of it now, then the damage that could happen soon would cost a lot more to fix than fixing right now.
Exactly. Getting ahead of that is cheaper, and it preserves the road for much longer.
Yeah. When exactly did the construction start?
So it was through the better part of the summer this past year. I think it started in spring and went through mid-September.
And it seems like when was the official done date? Because I'm not sure the last time that I saw cones hanging around or anything like that.
Yeah, we tried to get done as quickly as possible to minimize those impacts to the traveling public and to the adjacent business owners. So technically, we had our final inspection yesterday. So
the middle of November.
Middle of November,
yes,
but you haven't seen orange
right
cones
now.
in a while.
No, we haven't seen it. So do they usually let the road sit for a little while and then come back and check it, or was there still work being done up until the middle of November?
There's still, work here and there being done. A lot of it is on the sides of the road, fixing small little things to make sure that we're up to the most highest quality of standards in terms of safety. So there is still work being done, but you probably didn't see a lot of that. A lot of those orange cones have been gone for a while.
Yeah, thank goodness. I'm not going to lie. We love the orange cones because it means new roads coming up, but we also, what are you going to do? They're orange cones. You got to go around them, right? So I don't, maybe you know or don't know this, but when you go through this process, it seems to me that there's lots of different ways to asphalt a road. Sometimes it's that really granular stuff that's just put down with tar, and sometimes it's actual asphalt. What exactly did we get? Do you know?
Sure. I mean, it was called an HMA, a hot mix asphalt, with an SMA, a stone matrix asphalt on top.
It's very
interesting.
interesting.
A lot of jargony engineering terms there. But what that got you was some great new asphalt that's going to last a long time.
Any idea how long that asphalt typically lasts? I mean, will there be a certain amount of time before the inspectors come back out again because they know it's going to last at least this long?
Well, UDOT routinely make sure that we're inspecting our roads and maintaining those. So you will regularly see, well, not necessarily visible to the public, but we're out here a lot taking a look at the roads, making sure that they're safe and effective. But generally, to answer your question, asphalt has a life of about 5 to 8 years.
Okay.
So that's when we'll have to come back, probably in 5 to 8 years and take another look at that road.
Do it all again. And is the expansion of the road ever taken into consideration of when you're just re-asphalting? I mean, do you look and you go, yeah, it needs work, and well, this road needs to be widened as well. Let's just do that. I mean, I don't know how it works, but.
Yeah, so that's a really great question. There are different ways that we look at that. We really closely partner with the local community that we would be doing a project in. So those types of considerations have to be done before we even get to the point of construction.
Yeah.
And we always, of course, closely coordinate with the communities, the cities, and also the adjacent property owners to make sure that everyone's in the loop about what's planned.
Yeah, you probably have like a big long 5-10 year plan before you ever get to that point. Okay, well, cool. We've got to take a quick break and we'll be right back. So stay with us. We'll have Muriel Xochimitl. Say that 10 times fast. Right after this, a quick message from our sponsor.
Strata Networks is proud to bring the first true 4G LTE network to the Uinta Basin. 4G LTE is the most powerful mobile broadband available anywhere in the world. With speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G, you can stay connected like never before. Video chat without delay, stream HD TV or movies in an instant, and download or upload in seconds. For details, visit us in Roosevelt or Vernal or call 622-5007. More speed, more power. 4G LTE, only from Strata Networks.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Local Point. I'm David Gale again in for Chris Piner. Excuse me. Joining me is Muriel Xochimitl. I think I said it right again there, Muriel. She is with the Utah Department of Transportation to talk to us about the Highway 40, what we would call Main Street reconstruction, which we had during the course of the summer with all the cones, if you're just joining us right now. We were just talking about at least in my opinion, and this is totally my opinion, if you disagree with me, I'm sorry, but it seemed to me that it went really smooth, that there wasn't a lot of traffic tie-ups, that there wasn't a need to go around different ways, that it got a little busy because it's going to, you lose a lane, you're going to have more people there, but I didn't hear a lot of people complaining about it. That's not always the case. So how did you do so well, I guess? Well, what goes into making sure that kind of thing works out well for everyone?
Well, those are great questions. We wanted to make sure that we were doing the work as least impactful as possible. So we did a lot of work at night to make sure that that dust, the noise, the lane reductions, all of that could primarily happen at night. And we also worked really closely with area businesses. So we had our project team out there talking to people, making sure that they knew ahead of time about the work so that they could plan accordingly. I imagine that when you have a business that's right there, they'd like to be sure that people can still make it in and out and their business still runs while the construction is going on. Well, very good. One of the things that happened as with the construction also came some new traffic signals. Where exactly are there new traffic signals that weren't there this time last year? Vernal Avenue and 500 West.
Right there off of Main. So there's two new sections.
Two new sections, 2 new signals with concrete pavement instead of asphalt, which will last a lot longer.
Okay.
We generally put that in high traffic areas. So yeah, that's where you see new ones. And then at some existing intersections, we also have installed a new feature.
Okay. What is the new feature?
The new feature,
that
drum
we're both
roll,
holding
please.
Our hands here.
So the flashing yellow arrow signal.
Right. A
mouthful. What it does is it adds an additional feature at the signal where instead of having just the green, yellow, and red arrow signals, you also have a flashing yellow.
Right.
That does a couple of things. So it helps to improve safety. When people see yellow, they generally proceed more cautiously.
Right.
So when people are getting to the intersection, and they see just a regular yellow arrow, they try and get through as quickly as they can so that they don't have to sit there for longer.
Right.
But the flashing yellow, they generally tend to proceed more cautiously to get through. So it improves safety. The other thing is that it improves traffic flow.
Sure.
So that you know, whereas cars previously would be sitting at the red light, not sure, you know, and then when it turned green, not sure when they could go. Now cars can clear the intersection more easily because they're able to turn left when it's clear.
Right.
So it's safer, and it gets cars through the intersection more easily.
Yeah, so because basically beforehand, if you had the green arrow, you could only go when the arrow was green. When it went red, you had to stop,
Right.
no matter what. But now we've got this flashing yellow light, which means if no cars are coming the other way, you can still make a left-hand turn, which all those people who are waiting, and you try to get, you know, I heard somewhere at one point in time that 3 cars go through on a yellow light, you know, and that's a lot of traffic to try to get through, right? Well, now you have a chance. If there's no cars coming, you can just go on through. So maybe we should have a little test. Let's do the 2-shot. A test. Look at that. They followed my instructions. So if you come to the light and it's a yellow flashing light,
What do you do?
what do? You make sure there's no traffic coming from the other direction.
And then you turn left.
Then you turn left. We should have a show. A traffic
Perfect.
safety show. Muriel and Dave's traffic safety show.
It works.
Anyhow, if you are confused, or if you would like more information, you can get this pamphlet right here, Yield on Yellow, it says. You get this from the Utah Department of Transportation website. I imagine that's udot.utah.gov.
Perfect.
Look at that. I should work for you guys. And there's also some telephone numbers that you can find there. Well, what else can people find on this website?
Sure. Well, you know, these brochures we've actually distributed at a number of locations here in your community.
Okay.
So they're available at the city offices and the county offices. We've also made sure to get them out to the schools so that, you know, kids and parents driving their kids to school can be safe doing so. So it's out there. You know, this is a new technology. UDOT is really seen as an innovator throughout the country for the new techniques we employ. This is something that is based on industry standard. So you'll see this as kind of the new normal. You know, it's new in the community here. We have several of them statewide, and there are several other states across the country that also have them.
Very nice. Now, we've only got about 30 seconds or so left. Can you tell me anything about the future that UDOT has for the Uinta Basin?
Well, UDOT has several projects planned in the area for next summer. We will make sure to keep you in the loop on what those are and where they are. But just be assured that we are working to make sure the roads are safe and that they're improved.
And most importantly, if you see people in construction outfits, you see the cones, slow down. It's always sad when we hear about somebody who's been hurt because somebody hasn't been paying attention about the construction that's going on. They're just trying to make our roads better. So drive nice and slow. Muriel, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, of course, for joining us as well. That's all for now. Please join us next time right here on VTV Channel 6. We'll see you next time.